Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, aka the True Prince of Pro, and today I'm here to review episode 27 of AAA TV on Fox in Mexico. But first, we're going to have a little bonus review as we talk about a match from Saturday night's main event as AAA's own Laredo Kid took on Trick Williams. Before the match started, Trick Williams ripped off the little crown on Laredo Kid's head and threw it into the crowd. Trick Williams used his strength to outmuscle Laredo Kid by dropping him with some shoulder tackles, but Laredo Kid heads to the top rope and catches Trick Williams with a drop kick. Then Laredo Kid starts to work over Trick Williams' leg in the corner. Trick Williams hits Laredo Kid with a Booker T style kick and then hard Irish whips him into the corner. Trick Williams then hits a stalling suplex on Laredo Kid and goes for the 10 punches in the corner, but Laredo Kid pulls him down and makes Trick Williams hit face first into the turnbuckle. Laredo Kid then hits a running forearm smash onto Trick Williams and then hits him with multiple flipping sentons out of the corner for a near fall. Laredo Kid hits Trick Williams with a penalty kick and goes for a second one, but Trick Williams gets out of the way and pops up and hits a neck breaker. Trick Williams then hits the whoop that trick stomps in the corner onto Laredo Kid, and he goes for a bookend, but Laredo Kid rolls him up for a near fall. Laredo Kid sends Trick Williams to the outside and hits a huge flip dive off the corner post to the floor. Laredo Kid in the ring goes for a tornado, but Trick Williams moves out of the way and then hits Laredo Kid with the trick shot knee to pick up the win in a very fun showcase match. Now on to the episode as AAA General Manager Rey Mysterio makes his way down to the ring and he plans to right the wrong with Andrea Bazarte after she was unrightly fired by the original El Grande Americano before Mask vs. Mask. He invites Andrea into the ring and offers her a contract with a larger money deal to it to bring her back into AAA. Andrea says how much she loves AAA and all the fans here in Mexico, and she accepts the offer to come back to AAA. After that, Rey Mysterio talks about the vacant AAA Latin American Championship, and he says there'll be 4 triple threat matches where the winners will qualify for a fatal 4-way match at Triple Mania to crown the new champion. And he says that those 4 triple threat matches will be La Parca versus Mecha Wolf versus Dragon Lee, El Fiscal versus Cruz del Toro versus Psycho Clown, Omos versus Damian Priest versus Galeno, and tonight's opening contest, as it is El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Abismo Negro Jr. versus Texano Jr. Texano Jr. and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. deliver a double chop to Abismo Negro Jr. to start off the match. Then Texano and Wagner exchange holds back and forth, and when Abismo Negro Jr. comes into the ring and blindsides both competitors. Abismo Negro Jr. hits Wagner with a drop kick to the knees, and then there's multiple roll-up attempts from every competitor until Wagner hits Texano Jr. with a super kick that sends him to the floor. Wagner then heads to the top rope and hits a huge corner flip dive to the outside that takes out both competitors. Wagner hits Abismo with a rolling elbow and follows it up with a Death Valley driver, but Texano breaks up the pin. Texano hits Wagner with a Death Valley driver backbreaker, but Abismo breaks up the pin. Abismo and Texano trade chops back and forth before Abismo hits Texano with a back suplex, but Wagner breaks up the pin. Wagner and Abismo trade strikes back and forth, and then Abismo goes for the martinet, but Texano makes the save. Texano then lights up Abismo in the corner with some chops, and then hits him with a huge suplex off the top rope, and then Wagner comes out of nowhere with a frog splash off the top, and Texano has to break up the pin. Wagner sends Texano to the outside, and Abismo grabs Wagner by the eyes, which causes the ref to check on him. While the ref's checking on him, Abismo puts on some brass knuckles, and then decks Texano Jr. with them. As he turns around, Abismo hits him with a forearm, and then follows that up with the Wagner driver to pick up the win and advance to the fatal 4-way match at Triple Mania for the AAA Latin American Championship. Backstage, we see La Hiedra and Laredo Kid confront Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice. La Hiedra says that the reason she has not been able to regain those AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships is because she hasn't had the right partner with her. And with a former champion like Laredo Kid by her side, they will be seeing them at Verano De Escándalo. As they walk away, Lola Vice tells Mr. Iguana that La Hiedra is clearly still in love with him, which causes Mr. Iguana to do a spit take. After that, we see a clip backstage of someone still stalking the Psycho Circus as they're just hanging out backstage. This obviously is going to be the attacker who has been beating up all the members of the Psycho Circus, but we still have no clue who it is as they're just watching in the shadows. Up next, we have a match for the #1 contendership for the AAA Mixed Tag Team titles, as it is La Hiedra and Laredo Kid versus Faby Apache and Joaquin Wilde. Joaquin Wilde and Laredo Kid start this match off as Joaquin Wilde hits Laredo Kid with a beautiful head scissors takeover and then multiple arm drags before La Hiedra tags into the contest. Faby Apache rolls up La Hiedra and traps her in an STF, and when Laredo Kid runs into the ring to break up the submission, Joaquin Wilde runs in and traps him in an STF as they both have them in submissions. Faby Apache goes for a baseball slide, but La Hiedra moves out of the way and throws her into the steel steps and follows that up with a running hip attack into them. In the ring, Faby Apache fights back while La Hiedra is distracted by Lola Vice on commentary, and then makes the tag to Joaquin Wilde, who hits Laredo Kid with a tornado DDT. Joaquin Wilde then goes for another head scissors attempt, but Laredo Kid counters by dropping him in a facebuster to gain control of the match. Laredo Kid spikes Joaquin Wilde with a brainbuster and then throws him into the ropes, where La Hiedra opens up the ropes and Joaquin Wilde crashes to the floor. In the ring, Laredo Kid hits his twisting corner senton onto Joaquin Wilde and then goes for a moonsault off the top, but Joaquin Wilde gets the feet up and is able to make the tag to Faby Apache. Faby Apache hits La Hiedra with a hurricanrana and a dropkick off the top. Laredo Kid enters the ring and Faby Apache throws him out of the ring and onto the apron, where Joaquin Wilde hits an insane hurricanrana off the top rope to Laredo Kid off the apron to the floor. Faby Apache then heads to the top rope and hits a huge flip dive to the outside that takes out everybody. In the ring, Joaquin Wilde hits Laredo Kid with a springboard dropkick and follows that up with a hostile makeover for a near fall. Joaquin Wilde and Laredo Kid trade strikes back and forth before Laredo Kid hits Joaquin Wilde with a super kick. Laredo Kid then hits a rolling DDT onto Joaquin Wilde, and then La Hiedra makes the blind tag as Laredo Kid hits a suicide dive to the outside onto Joaquin Wilde. In the ring, Faby Apache rolls up La Hiedra and then drills her with a downwards kick to the top of the head. Faby Apache then runs the ropes, but Laredo Kid trips her up, which allows La Hiedra to hit Faby Apache with a stunner to pick up the win and earn a title shot for the AAA Mixed Tag Team titles at Verano De Escándalo. After that, we head backstage for our weekly Rey Mysterio Media Blitz, as he runs down the confirmed matches for Verano De Escándalo, as Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice will defend the AAA Mixed Tag titles against La Hiedra and Laredo Kid. Rey Fenix will defend the Cruiserweight title against Mini Vikingo, and Flammer will defend the Reina de Reinas Championship against Lady Shani and La Catalina in a triple threat match. He then offers an update on Octagon Jr., who has been injured for a couple months now, and says he is a long way from recovering and getting back into the ring, but he lets Octagon know that he will always have a spot here in AAA. And then he says that Triple Mania is close to a sellout, so make sure you grab your tickets. It's main event time as we hear from Los Perros Del Mal as they make their way down to the ring. Dogger grabs the mic and he says for years he's heard people ask where Los Perros Del Mal were. He says Los Perros were not created to go to war with Mexico. They were created because the business got weak and they needed to show everyone how to fight, and that's exactly why they're back. He says that Angel and Berto were two men that were born to become stars. Bronco Nima is one of the most dangerous men in the industry, and Carmen Petrovich is someone that even when you look at her, you know you are already screwed. Daga says he was the chosen son, the last one chosen from Hijo de Perro Aguayo to lead Los Perros del Mal, and Los Perros del Mal are the ones who make the rules now. Daga says he wants to see that if Dominic Mysterio is as good in the ring as he is at running his mouth, and he accepts the challenge for Verano de Escándalo for the tag team match of Los Perros del Mal versus Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. That's when Dominic Mysterio makes his way down to the ring, and he's flanked by El Grande Americano. As they stand in the entranceway, Los Americanos appear on the announcer's table, thus surrounding Los Perros Del Mal. And that's when the brawl begins as all four men get into the ring and brawl with Los Perros Del Mal to end the episode. This was an amazing episode of AAA TV. I love all the triple threat matches that we have planned to crown the new AAA Latin American champion at Triple Mania. Though I wish Texano Jr. would have won his match because I'm a huge fan of his, I understand that Wagner's the guy right now, and it was a really great match. The mixed tag team match was very good and was honestly one of the best mixed tag team matches we've had in a while here in AAA. I really loved the pairing of Joaquin Wilde and Faby Apache, and I thought they worked well together. And I really enjoyed watching Joaquin Wilde and Laredo Kid face off against each other. But I think the highlight of the episode was Daga really establishing himself as the leader of Los Perros Del Mal with a phenomenal promo. And I love how perfect the ending was, with Dominic Mysterio, El Grande Americano, and Los Americanos having like an Avengers Assemble type moment as they all attacked Los Perros Del Mal to end the episode. Thank you for watching this review, and I look forward to talking more Lucha Libre with y'all in the next video.